I decided to dig into the story of an egg. Why an egg? There's a lot about an egg. First and foremost, this is the bridge between a plant and a rice diet and maybe what you would call a middle-class diet. This is the longing of mothers all over the world. When I was in Kibera in those slums, you saw mothers saying, if I could get my child just one egg a day. Shoot, the table I sat around with mothers in eastern Indianapolis, it was the same thing. What's in an egg? And I think Dr. Finn can explain this a lot better than me. It's the calories, the nutrients, the nutrition to totally change a kid. One a day. That's all we need. And this can change brain development. This can change the nutrition. When the brain development changes, the education changes. When the education changes, a lot of people in this room know better than me, the economics and a community changes. So, I'm one of the leaders in Elanco. We are one of the leaders in poultry research. Shoot, I didn't even know until I had to give this talk. And you start to unravel the significance of an egg. What's going on in the egg industry right now? Where are we? Well, I'll tell you right now, from this time to a year ago, there are less eggs per person than there were a year ago. We are going backwards in eggs. Let me show you a chart. If you could show the chart, the next slide, please. This, if you go to the next slide. This is the situation. I'm going to make you egg experts right now. There's 6.5 billion hens in the world producing about 174 eggs. But if you look down there in the far left or whatever, we have a negative trend going on. We're losing an egg per hen per day. We're going backwards. So when you put that against the population growth, the 6.5 billion egg, or 6.5 billion hens will need to triple. We'll need to triple if this trend continues. We can't triple. We can't go to 18 billion hens. And there's three drivers to this negative trend. One is disease. There is a health problem with hens. And as an animal health leader, that's a concern. There's a flu that just hit Mexico, an avian flu. Wiped out 22 million birds. There's an egg shortage. Mexico City, in less than a year, eggs are up 3 times the cost. Second is just the lack of innovation. There's companies like us not focused and targeted on innovation in the egg industry. Candidly, this wasn't one of the big proteins that we were focusing on, like dairy and beef and poultry. And the third is animal welfare. There's policies and approaches on how to raise birds that maybe came from a minority voice that actually have flipped productivity upside down and actually increased disease. California would be an example of that, as eggs are up over 20%. Egg production is down because of a proposition that was put on a ballot a few years ago. Those three drivers have flipped this thing upside down. And really the choice then, if you hit the tab please, we really have a choice of, are we headed to 11 billion more hens? Are we headed to, if you hit it again please, 4 billion more? As a leader in poultry research, we must change this trend. But I come back to more the moral aspect of this. I come back to thinking about Sarah, a young teenage daughter that is sitting with her mother saying, we just want to be able to provide our younger brother and sister with more food here in Indianapolis or in Kibera, the slums in Kenya. One more egg a day can make all the difference in the world and can change a cycle. This is more of a realistic, I think, practical example of what we're faced with between 7 and 9 billion people. And it's going to be us, the leaders in this room, to change that trend.